Redstone vertical farms, or better known as a semi-AFK farm. These farms are pretty well known for their ease of use. But the thing is, these farms are not good. You waste so much time and lose so much money just by using them. You're much better off replacing them with the standard vertical variant. To prove my point, I have gathered 3 reasons as to why these farms are so inefficient compared to other farm designs. So stick around to the end, because one of them is even detailing how this farm could get you involved with some very suspicious activity. Efficiency means profit, and a redstone vertical farm that has low efficiency will make much less money. Now, how does this farm manage to be one of the most inefficient farms possible in the game? Well, the first reason is the massive falling time in the farm. Time that you spend falling in a farm is time that you can't spend farming. And since this farm also has to be built at world height in order to be infinite, you will spend 4 seconds falling on average, plus an extra 4 seconds to get back to the start. So that's 8 seconds in total that you spend not farming per row ran. And at a base island size, it takes 25 seconds to run a row. If you're at the optimal speed, 116. It also takes 50 seconds if you have an island size 10. Doing this calculation, a redstone vertical farm on a base island will spend a massive 872 seconds, or 24% of an hour, not even farming. Even if you had island size 10, the biggest possible island, it still does next to nothing. If I do the same calculation, but this time factoring an island size 10, you will still waste 497 seconds, or 14% of an hour, not farming yet again. And this is with the best possible scenario. And to put in light just how inefficient 14% and 24% is, a normal vertical farm, something that you should be using, only wastes 0.3 seconds per row, much lower. And doing the same calculation as before, this farm only wastes 36 seconds, or 1% of an hour not farming. But that number lowers even more if we go to an island size 10. It lowers to a ridiculous 18 seconds, or 0.5% of a single hour. This is drastically more efficient. And to give you another example about how little this farm makes, a normal vertical farm for Netherwart will make me about 5 million per hour, while a vertical farm would make me about 4.5 million coins per hour, with the same exact setup. And considering I have island size 10, and it lowers the amount of time wasted, the fact that I am losing 500,000 coins with the best possible scenario just shows how inefficient a redstone vertical farm is compared to a normal vertical. And the thing is, there is still 2 other points as to why this farm is so inefficient, so stay around to the end of the video to see every one of them. But before we continue, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I try to put tons of work into my videos to make sure they're entertaining, fun, and very informative, and just subscribing really helps since most of you aren't. Previously, I have just discussed how redstone vertical farms can lose you up to 872 seconds in an hour of just not farming. But believe it or not, there is ways to somewhat reduce this downside. However, they have arguably bigger downsides. So what can be done to reduce the total of 8 seconds that you spend not farming per row on average? Well, using teleport pads. If you place these in select places at the end of your farm, it's possible to get a large reduction of falling time. Not nearly the 0.3 seconds of vertical farms, but to at least 2 seconds of falling per row. If you place the maximum number of 12 teleport pads in one farm, you can achieve this. But there is some downsides to this. Since there is an annoying limit of 12 to the amount of teleport pads you can place, using all of them in one farm basically cancels out being able to use them at any place on your island, including farms. And teleport pads are the most important block for farming in Skyblock. But if you have already placed 12 teleport pads or plan to, then it cancels out the ability to use any other farms on your island. So at this point, you're better off just using a vertical farm. It's much more resource efficient, and as I've already proved, much more efficient at making you money. But that still doesn't matter because I've already proved that vertical farms still have a drastically lower falling time no matter how many teleport pads you place. The only somewhat positive that this farm has is it's a little bit easier to farm, but even that doesn't really matter. I've already made a full video detailing how to make farming way easier, and vertical farms, once you get good at them, you don't even need to pay attention, and you just know when to farm based on your peripheral vision. There is no reason to use a redstone vertical farm. It doesn't give more money. While it is slightly easier to use, it doesn't matter because normal vertical isn't, and it's way too resource intensive if you actually want to make it somewhat good. And even after all of this, I still have one final, somewhat somber reason why you should just not use this farm at all. This last reason is something that I never want my viewers to be accused of. A reason that could show you why using this farm could put you in a group of very bad players that are the bane of the server, especially the farming community. This reason has had enough build up, so what is it? Well, it's the simple fact that a lot of macroers use this farm. The amount of people that use this farm and cheat is simply insane. And if none of the other reasons I have presented don't convince you to change farm designs, let this be the one. I sincerely hope that none of my viewers do macro farming, but due to the way farming works, it is very easy to be mistaken for a cheater. Let's use Swavey as an example. While I do highly appreciate him and his chat's work for finding cheaters, it is hard for a non-staff member to tell if you are cheating in certain circumstances. While most players in this video are most likely cheating, with this sort of farm it's much harder to tell if you're cheating, so one day it's entirely possible that your name might appear on his stream. If you wanted to play it safe by turning off all your API and visits, I don't recommend doing this to look less suspicious either. In fact, it can make you look much more suspicious, because there is ways to tell if somebody is farming something based on certain elements. A few examples of how people can still tell that you are farming something or someone is cheating something is with Jacob's API, a way to see people's Jacob's contests, and with Pet XP and levels, as that's open to the public. I also wanted to conclude this point by actually telling you an experience that has happened to me, about a player who came to my stream claiming a false ban. You do need to forgive me for not finding the clip, as it was in over 80 hours of footage. Their YouTube name was Ultra PvP. They didn't tell me that IGN. They came to my stream and said they were false banned. What were they doing? They were weighing down their keyboard with their phone so they could automatically farm while they slept. And let me tell you, this is a clear violation of Hypixel's rules and is counted as a macro. If you have a look at Rule 1, Section 3 of Hypixel's rules, it basically says that anything that weighs down, tapes down, or does anything to your mouse or keyboard without human input is counted as a macro. And this is just one example of potential thousands or tens of thousands of cheaters that use this farm. So I don't want my viewers or anyone to be associated with them, so please do change up your farm design. To summarize, you need to replace your redstone vertical farms with normal vertical farms because of the following reasons. A redstone vertical farm is 24% slower than a normal farm, making 400k per hour less for me. The farm is way too hard to make efficient with teleport pads. And finally, the farm could easily get you involved with some very bad communities in Skyblock. Yeah, make sure you replace this farm with a normal vertical. It literally takes less work, and this is why redstone vertical farms are bad, and you are making a huge mistake by keeping them up. Again, please do subscribe. I put a lot of effort into my videos, and will make sure to provide an informative, entertaining, and fun community. So remember, farmers, keep farming. You made it to the end of a video. Why not click subscribe and click one of these videos? One of them even tells you how to build the vertical farm that I've been loving so much in this video. So you should replace that with your redstone. Special thanks to Bachner for helping look over the script of this video and helping me add a few things, so thank you for that. Explanations of some of the more complicated stuff in the video is in the description, so please have a read of that if you don't understand anything. And if you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions for the channel, please leave a comment down below.